I got all confused. Listen to that noise. That's not the sound we want to hear. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the world of synth with me, your host, Jason, the GetJervis, and his amazing noise. It's not the aircon. It is USB ground loop hum from our friends, the Circuits. Or so they thought. Anyway, Stash! Where's Jason Muggs? Where's Jason Muggs? There's Jason Muggs. Good evening, sir. Welcome. Yes, Stash has indeed broke free, like Freddy's nightmare. A different kind of Freddy. I think you'll agree. Jackson! He's not listening. Jackson! He is listening. He's going to go and do a poo. Jason Muggs, he pooed. He pooed live. He's, as you can see, he's scared of the aircon, I think. I've got a big aircon unit, and it's blowing like a gale because in the UK, anything above 20 degrees is a heat wave. That's Celsius, of course, not Fahrenheit, because that would be very cold. So we are hot in the city tonight. Welcome, anyway. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you've got through the week fairly well, all things considered. Yes, it's been hot. Yes, it's been busy. I've done a few things in the studio. I'm fiddling with camera, with focal lengths, with different lenses. I'm not happy. Do you know when you had something that worked and you changed something for the better and it's not better? That's what I've done. I've broken the internet itself. I was happy with the focal length. I was happy with the way it looked and the way my studios. You're missing. Hands up, all of you who can see my Jomox X-Base 09. Come on, hands up, who can see the Pittsburgh the Pittsburgh modular microvolt 3900. Who can see those? No one, because they're there. There's the Pittsburgh next to the Circuit Rhythm, and there's the X-Base 09. Who can see the lamp? Barely see the lamp this side. I don't know. I'm not happy. I'm trying to make things easier and better, but fortunately I can't. I just, I need a 35mm lens that focuses at a distance of, and I've got a lovely vintage lens that's just doesn't focus beyond a meter and a half for some reason. So when I put it where I need to put it, I'm out of focus. Great for macro work, though. Good old Carl Zeiss Jena. Yes. Anyway, that was the lens chat part of the show. We've got that over and done with. Let's see who's in the chat. It's been bustling. I hope you all watched the Coastal Electronauts. If you didn't, I've linked it at the top there. So go and pin that and have a little open a panel and look at it afterwards. Great little docu about the group and drone music in general, which is something that it seems to be luring me in. There's definitely an element of drone that is is started to seep in. And I do want to do an episode of this talking about frequencies and drones, and perhaps a little bit more why certain frequencies do certain things, because there's a lot of aspects to drone music. Anyway, let's move 80-ton megalithic blocks into place and build a pyramid with sound, with our modulars, because we can. That's what we're there for. We are the past incarnated as the future in the present. Anyway, so we've seen Jason Maggs, we've seen Peter Coit in there. My Logify, you were number 2, or were you number 1? I think you were number 1. Hey Biscuit, how you doing? Hey Tracker Jack Tom, Gonzini Gons, My Logify again. I've said you twice. Hey Dillip, how you doing? Tonal Access. I saw your little mixer, your little tease. Yeah, so check that out. Wagoo Marky. Hey Lamar, how you doing? Hey Paul Holmes. And Jason Maggs, Howard Arthur Fortin, half. In Welsh, H-A-F means sun, and it's pronounced halve. So I quite like that. Welcome and thanks for joining us. Pro 3 SE beats my past Moogs, the Voyager OS, and the unreliable early Sub 37 Tribute Edition. Howard Arthur Fortin, where were you not 4 weeks ago when I had my unreliable Sub 37 upon the very deck, only to not function, it was a stressful stream because it just literally refused to turn on. It turned on all the lights. It lit up like a Christmas tree, including the LCD display, which just lit up white. So it's currently in timeout. Kent Spong has offered to help. I don't know if I can afford him at the moment, but when I do, I'll be driving down to his with a sack full of synth to get him to repair everything I own while I wait and serenade him with my guitar. Anyway, good to see you. So, hey Cressy, how you doing? IJC, hey up. Panda is our moderator for this evening, also Shroomy. So if you have a question, and I have not caught it like I did there from Harv, please preface your question with not 1, not 2, no, not even 3 Qs, but 4 Qs will get my attention. So 4 Qs, preface, capitals are always better than lowercase, I find, in these things, because it'll just draw my eye naturally. Is it Jason Turdis? Ooh, Rich. I have broken wind in here, actually. It does smell pretty bad. I think because Jackson's in here with me, it's a little bit of revenge for when he sat not a foot away from me and pooed live on air 2 Sundays ago. So jamming in Jim Jams, nice chilled out little vibe, and you pooed. No Tom, by the way, no idea where he is. I mean, both cats, just, I think because G was in the house on Sunday, neither of them were in the stream until the end when Tom heard me with his dreamies, a little catnip. So we've got some cats as well. So cats, synthesizers, chats, coffees, chats, silliness, it's all here. And some life tips. Hey, Nick Destruct, how are you doing? Oh, what am I doing there? Oh, I'm on top chat. Do-do-do-little, the most omnipotent leader of the gang. Hey, Doommonger. So I think I've said hello to everyone. So if you're in the chat and you're saying hi, hi. If you're a lurking gherkin, sat in your sofa, sat in your armchair, do what you do, on a bus somewhere, hi. And if you're watching this in the future, or maybe you've time traveled to the past and you're watching this streamed on the YouTube, welcome. And if you're Tim and you're unable to type, hi. So, he's mentioned my name. I bet he's not watching, but I will need to do that. I will need to get him in there. The drum teacher, Timothy Bowman. So, anyway, filter pot went on yours. Octave foot selector failed, sold at Yay Dreamies. I put mine up for sale last year, and I had some guy offering me beyond what I was happy to receive for it at the time. I should have taken it, but then I would have spent it on debt rather than another synth at the time. So He was talking about the fact that the early models had a plastic pot for the filter knob, and it was renowned for breaking. Mine had the steel pot, but it's just failing. This evening's stream was brought to you by Barrett Homes. Remember to buy a Barrett home. I will do that. I will do that. My Logify ambient session will also be interesting. Video shirt and audio good. My Logify. Sources for buying, selling synths. I mean, I put it on eBay. But I think in the UK now, if you sell items above £1,000, you are eligible to pay tax on them. I mean, which isn't bonkers for someone who's, already paid. I've paid tax already on that item. Yeah? I bought it. I paid value added tax. So I'm going to sell it. Why should I pay tax twice on something? Come on. Damn you. Capitalism. Anyway, so I think, if I'm honest, my Logify, I would prefer Facebook Marketplace. I have sold some clothes on Vinted, but that seems to be like a flea market. It's like people want to pay nothing for everything. It's like, do you know what? I'm not going to do any more. I've sold some old stuff that I didn't. I had bags of kids' clothes, and some of it was obviously, too good to charity shop. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go, and if it doesn't sell, and it did. And that then paid for my purchase of it went towards, because I only paid 10 quid for it, my new vintage camera, which came with a lens which was worth well more than £10. Carl Zeiss Jena 50mm radioactive 1.8. Gorgeous, made in former East Germany. You prefer a QQQ, I prefer lowercase ism. Oh, I see. No, Sam. He just wanted me to say that out loud, I think. So I'm drinking... Howdy. I'm drinking the last of my donkey brew. Oh, come on. Every flipping time. It's not wonky donkey, isn't it? Somebody knows what I drink. And it's me. It's black. It's orange. I would have brought the bag here. It's Grumpy Mule. Grumpy Mule coffee. Roasted, dark, and delicious. I think it's... it's got a funny... Anyway, in Yorkshire, delivered on the back of a horse and cart to wherever you live. Remember, coffee is serious. Yorkshire coffee. So we'll go. We flip flop between because I like them both, but they're different, and I like that they're different. I buy a kilo bag of beans. I grind my beans to make my bread, and I go with Grumpy Mule and True Start. True Start coffee, made in Bristol. So that's closer to home for me. So that'll be next week. Anyway, that's what I'm drinking. What are you drinking? I've also got a large vessel of urine, which, as you can see, I haven't been. I'm a bit dehydrated. That's not urine. Oh my God, what did I say? There's something hard in it. No, that's my iced tea. Sweet tea for our American guests. And I've got a nice... Oh, hello. Oh, this is going to be good. We're going to do a little bit of ASMR. Right, here we go. And what I do like about this, it looks like whiskey, which I do not drink anymore. Nearly 1 year sober. Oh my God, that feels so good. And it does feel good to not be, at the beck and call of something which costs you money. Synthesizers. Sorry, did I say that out loud? So, Howard, pint of water with lemon juice. I'm not posh. You shouldn't be. You don't need to be. This is iced tea made with a second brew. I made a pot of tea. Well, I do like a nice cup of tea, as well as my coffee. And we're into Shroomy and I have gone loose tea mad. So we've got loose tea. So this is just a Sainsbury's Gold, which isn't great for a mug of tea, to be honest. Sainsbury's Red is better for a good builder's brew, but for it's superior for iced tea. And when one wants a refreshing and a slice of lemon, wants a refreshing drink on a hot day, and wants to at all costs, I'll repeat that, at all costs avoid ultra-processed food, I don't want to eat stuff that I don't know. I can't even pronounce it. What? Don't do this again. Don't go to the poo spot. No! He's looking at me, making a... Well, I'll throw you out. Oh, that was a... You haven't played Synth for ages. Oh, look, you can't see him. That's... The camera's in the wrong place. I am such a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. I like the lighting. I'm very happy with the lighting tonight. It is a bit low key. It's more of a Sunday vibe, but I kind of like that. I like that. But I don't like the fact that you can't see Jackson. Tell us, Jackson. There he goes. Meditation in F. Okay. There you go. I think it's quite abrasive, dude. I mean, you know, if you're gonna do that kind of stuff, you need to have a softer sound, I think. All right, he's on the table. I think he's just a bit confused by the giant synth. Normally, it's like little boxes. It's like, what's this monster? Anyway, so, yeah, so I missed a question. Sounds like a Star Wars blaster. Yes. Yes. Sources. Yes, okay. So I think we've caught up with questions. I'm glad you're all drinking nice things. I like dihydrogen monoxide. Just diluted to taste. Dihydrogen monoxide. Good. Sober since 2014. Biscuits. Got a lot of catching up to do. That's 11 years. I mean, I'm breaking. I don't even, honestly, I have to look at the streams from last year to know when I gave up because it just stopped. I didn't mark the occasion at all. I've got a funny feeling it's like the 14th of. Oh, he wants me to stroke him. He's doing this. He does this. Dad, and I'm such a cat. You're such a sod. And he's just, you can't see this. You really can't see this. He's just pushing my hand down. It's like, oh, get you. There he goes. Here he comes. Can I wonder if I can do this. Oh, look at that. You see, yay, that's what you need to be able to see. You need, I think I'm just too close. There's just no way that this is going to work, this setup. Oh, it's such a shame because convenience-wise, this is brilliant because I've got this overhead swinging arm. It's actually a camera photographic light, and it means that, you know, I can do the opposite. I can go that side. Oh, look. Anybody feel a bit sick? It's like, oh yeah, I watched GetJervis last night. I literally got labyrinthitis afterwards because it kept moving. It's like, this is the I'll put it back to where it needs to be. Yeah, there we go. But it means that that's always going to be the same. Anyway, it's just, hey, Aqua Borealis, good evening. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be functional and fun, Biscuit. Yes, it does. Sit there with a vape and vodka. Feeling a bit conscious now. Why? No, I don't want you to stop. If it's not right, you know, I stopped. You don't have to. I would love to be able to casually drink, but I can't. I can't do it. I can't. I'm Welsh. We take things very seriously. And when we do something, we do it, especially with alcohol. It's a cultural thing. I'm sure of it. My grandfather was, mind you, who knows? There's Welsh in both sides of my family. And when I had my DNA done, it was hilarious. Just, anyway, just how much Welsh, Scottish and Irish is in me is 75%. 25% isn't English. There's some European in there as well. Some Lithuanian. 1% Lithuanian. 2% Norwegian. Of course I am. Look at the size of him. I'm a giant. Anyway, sorry, I'm missing questions. White linen or khaki? This is... you know, it's kind of a khaki. It's it's really cooling, but it's just a bit scruffy. So I do apologise for my low rent. I would traditionally wear this with a better, perhaps a wool linen blend jacket, a blazer of a darker colour, just to sort of brown or kind of an olive green. That would be or khaki. But this is beige. Beige? Would it be beige? That's it. Yeah. So I would. Yeah. I'm wearing I'm wearing khaki chinos. So that's the look. I would typically wear tan boots and probably a black jacket, which I have a lovely Simon Carter summer blazer in black, which is what I would do. Yes, thank you, electronic music composer. It's fashion. Turn to the left. So I don't. Yeah, light linen. I don't think I own anything white. I mean, this is a cream kind of beigey kind of traditional. I've got some trousers as well, which they're never quite right. A pith helmet, Roz. Are you taking the pith? I've got a cowboy hat, actually, which isn't very British. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's extremely British. No, I think the Americans definitely owned that one. Cheers. So, on to tonight's show. On to the synthesizer section of the plane. Sorry, got to go. Grandson 12 miles away wants a game of Fortnite. Howard, thank you for joining us. We'll see you again. Please feel free to drop us a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you don't already do so, because we are slowly growing. And when I do mean slowly, it is kind of slow, but I don't care. I'm not doing it for the clicks, but it's nice to have you. Right, so I've never gotten pithed. Yeah, kick his ass. Right, so the Wookiee, I'm 1/16th Bigfoot. Yeah, I think you are the Wookiee. I think one day a photograph of you and I together would be quite something, I think. Jackson, are you happy there? Oh, let's move my 1978. Maybe it's 79. Are you going to go? Do you want to leave? Shroomy, are you able to come and rescue Jackson? Maybe he doesn't want rescuing. Hey, IGC, we should start a cowpunk band. Ooh, I do like a bit of country and western as well. I've got a bit of a guilty fascination with the Wild West, wild or otherwise. Right. So, I haven't played with this enough. For those of you who know, I bought this directly from Sequential in 2000 and let's get that going on. That's not cool, is it? Look at the size of my face. It's huge. Oh, see, I sorted this out on Sunday, but I didn't save the flipping. One day I'm gonna have all the fancy me to the side, just all that stuff. It will happen. Do we just make that a bit smaller? How quick will I be able to do that? I think. Oh, that actually, it's not in the worst spot, but that definitely looks better, doesn't it? I think we'll take that. Little Jervis postage stamp in the corner. Shit, kick a country biscuit. Yes, Pro 3. So, can I turn this? See that? There are a couple of real frustrating things with this. You can't see because I'm in the way. Show. I don't know what that means. Right, I don't want. Okay. Whenever you've got anything on the control panel here, it completely locks the rest of the panel. So if I've got compare on, oh no, actually I'm lying. Oh. That sounds very Obiheim. I'm thinking the soundtrack to Flash Gordon. What do you mean, Flash Gordon approaches? I can't remember the lines. Oh my God, come on, somebody help me. Where Princess Aura is being tortured by Ming the Merciless. What a great sketch. And there's a great parody of that sketch by Oh, the guy from Father Ted. Come on. I'm struggling. It's the heat, even though I've got air conditioned on. It's called Big Train, and they did a parody of it. The Predator. So, I don't know what's going on here, but let's just get off it. So, there it is. So I was thinking about this. I was playing with it on Sunday, and it got a lot of love. I finished setting up the studio, and I managed for the first time, and I can do this now, the first time to get everything actually working together. For some reason, the rack that I've got up there, which this is plumbed through, is not functioning. So I'm going to have to look at to ensure that it's all hidden away. It's not a 5-minute job. It's an half-hour job. I didn't have half an hour tonight to do that, but there it is. I think the power supply is not plugged in proper. No, to the Lexicon. So I think the CS15 through the Lexicon is just one of those combinations. I could use the SBX50D. That could be good. All right. You've talked me into it. I'll do that instead, and we'll repurpose the MPX 100. I used to have an MPX 500. That was a serious bit of kit. Anyway, what plaything can you offer me today? An obscure body of the SK system, Your Majesty. The inhabitants refer to it as the planet. How peaceful it looks. Yes, thank you, Biscuit. That's what I needed. Later, I like to play with things a while. Before annihilation, great. I mean, the fact that's the first thing you hear on the album as well. It's like, great. That was my. Oh, right. Let's go talk about the synth, because I need to do that too. Right. Okay. So. Oh, what was that? I'm going off topic like a up and downy thing. I told you that I picked this up from Dave Smith. Dave Smith showed me this in a hotel room whilst I was working for Toman, interviewing him for Tonam 2021. So it'd just been released. I was taken to a hotel room, and I did a video, which is on Toman's site, probably even in one of my playlists here. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just get a nice little. So anyway, hey Wabbit brings lots of the Marmite. My girlfriend brings Marmite to the yard. They're like, it's than yours. Anyway, and I was thinking about that today, because the way I used it on Sunday, there's a couple of things that struck me. Was it was filthy, and I managed to get some really dirty industrial droney kind of stuff out of it, and I hadn't, and this is what I'm saying about getting into drone music, I hadn't sort of really investigated this side of the synth, and I guess it's like anything else. We get stuff in, we get the lust for the gear, the gas, we get the gear, and it's that maybe it is more to do with the dopamine that we get for chasing something, right? That we get that point and we go, I've got it now. Next hit, and it lies dormant, and I've done that a couple of times, and there are still things that I can, but in doing that, it's like a gift that keeps. Seriously, you have been fed. Here we go. He wants to play. Oh, I don't understand why. Right, do you want to just go? What's this? Well, go then. I'm not stopping you. Right, have a look at that. I'm gonna throw this boy out because he's not happy. There's something. Something happened in here, but it ain't exactly clear. There's a cat trying to get out of hand. Max von Sydow was the voice of Ming the Merciless, and Peter Wyngarde, Mr. Wyngarde, the man Jason King himself, was the guy in the golden mask, and of course he was banned from Hollywood from coming out. Imagine that. He was quite a sex symbol in his day, right? But not interested in women. So he had his career based on these characters that he played in things like Department S and Jason King. And then he said, I've had enough of this. Guess what? I'm gay! Hooray! Great. I feel better now. I'm not carrying this weight around. And they just absolutely killed his career. How miserable. Anyway, we love you, Peter Wyngarde. We love you. So he got cast in that, and that, I think that was it was a protest, and I think the mask was part of that as well. So yeah, next time you watch the film, go yes. Anyway, so Q boo, bring back the musician. No, Wagoo. He is I don't trust him. He remember the Sunday where he pooed? He was as agitated as that. And I'm thinking, like, is he going to do it again? I don't want to be tidying up something else tonight other than synthesizers and cables. So no. So what makes it a Moog destroyer? Me. Sam. Well, the destroyer of Moogs. We're going to get to that now. Right. So during the Sunday stream, I was getting some really filthy sounds out of it. It was really beautiful. And then I looked at how much distortion I had added, and it was somewhat up there. And then I realized that there was another drive on the filter. And I'm thinking, now the Sub 37, this came out, was 20, didn't we say 2016? 2013, 14, 15? Oh, I bought mine in 2016, so... Anyway, one of the criticisms of that synthesizer, which is why the subsequent 37 isn't as good, is that they cleaned up the sort of sound palette. It was just too noisy, too filthy, too dirty, too grimy. But for my money, I want that. I want it, and that juiciness, that filth from the Sub 37 is what makes it. You know, apart from the fact that it's not working at the moment. So when I started playing around with this on Sunday, and I think, and we'll spin back to Dave Smith as well. I think the inclusion of distortion on top of a drive. Now, you've got the feedback drive on the Sub 37, but you don't have the distortion, right? I think this is Dave Smith going, yeah, I like what you've done there. I like that you can't control the overdrive because you've given me a window. So I'm going to make a Sub 37 BEATER, and I'm going to go better by 1. 3 is the magic number. And then 1 more. So I think the inclusion of, like, great, two fat analog oscillators, which he told me were that's his life's work, I think, right there, is getting a stable, hey Thomas, a stable analog oscillator that remains in tune perfectly. I think that is going to be something special, that right there, and it sounds great. We'll get to the filter in a minute, but I think the oscillator is what makes this synth, and I think that is, you know, when in the years to come, people. Oh, hello. Where am I? Where's the? That's interesting. Did I? Oh, camera's gone off. That is interesting. Why is... Oh, guys. Are we going to have to do a little random side camera? Sorry, this is like a bit... Hi, I'm Jason Jervis, and I'm now over here. You're going to have to get used to it. Well, there's a way of getting the side of the studio, isn't it? Looks like there's a ghost in there. So it's a bit awkward, isn't it? It's a bit awkward. How we feeling about that? It's like, you know, I was saying about feeling seasick. Why is the camera not working? Is it turned off? Oh, it's because it's unplugged. I didn't plug it back in. I'm an idiot, so the battery's flat. Oh, never do anything with a battery. Unless you're battery-powered orchestra, of course. Or, if only I had a power bank and a cable, I could sort that out. And I don't have it in here. It's on the table out there ready to do my Moto Synth adventure. So we're going to do this. We're going to have a little bit of a random camera up there. Hi, guys. Am I in focus? Ooh. Tash. The Major. Yeah, that is a Major Tash. From 1935. Oh, I reckon with the whack. Anyway, let's talk about this. Let's just hey probes. Hey Keith. Yeah. Hey Grace. So he was all about getting that oscillator stable, juicy and in tune. And I think he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. The fact that he'd worked closely with Tom Oberheim meant that, you know, that partnership, you know, the OB6 is a great synth. So, you know, having an and I did lust after that. That was a source. I just don't have room for big keyboards. Little boxes. That's my jam. That's the only big synth I want in the studio. You can't hear it. Not until next week. So I think getting the oscillator stable and as fat as he could possibly do. Then so he's playing the right. Okay, well, the Pro 1 was easily a Prodigy beater. I mean, what was its 83? What Moog weren't Moog though, really, were they? The Rogue, Prodigy, they were just weak ass synths though. I mean, you know, they've gained a lot of following in retrospectively, but at the time they weren't really. They were a cost effective way of getting in, and they weren't the sort of Moog that we know now. Or are Moog the Moog we know now? Oh, these questions will be answered later. Fill in the questionnaire attached to part 7B. So I think it's a I can do better than you, and just to add extra insult to injury, this, hang on, here we go, that on the SE, you know, and I've got a pot just because the two levels, I can't see this if it's flat, and you can't see it if it's in first position. Second position is like almost vertical, but you know, beautiful. Moog have gone rogue now, yeah, but it's not the same company. Oh, hang on, sorry, it's not the same company, is it? It never was the same company, and I think the fact that things like the Sub Fatty, that was a great return to form, and that wasn't an expensive synth, but it was manageable, and then it got silly with the sort of the cost of things like the M32. They were always too expensive. They should have released them much lower and given themselves a better range. And I mean, premium instruments don't have to, you know, their entry point doesn't have to be premium. Does that make sense? Anyway, we're Moog chatting tonight, but I've not got into this. So I think Dave went, okay, I'm going to produce the best mono synth I've ever done. I'm going to put in a state variable filter because I can, and that's what makes this as appealing to me, because when I could easily keep this and the Sub 37, but I'm going to repair the Sub 37 and sell it, just because this proved to me that it could do better than the Sub 37 on Sunday. And I love the relationship I have with the Sub 37, but I've had it a long time. I am now, which is why this is still on the table, going to build a relationship with the Pro 3. And I'm single, so I can do that. I can literally just, you know, me and the sub 37, we're done. You know, she's left me, and I think it's time that I move on. And I'm ready to move on now. And the Pro 3 SE is who I'd like to date next. So we'll be spending some time together this weekend. Anyway, 2600. Right. Anyway, the new Moog Marmite. Oh, I just don't understand the messenger, right? Don't shoot the messenger. I mean, it's funny. It's funny, but it's not at all funny. And I don't think it's very... I mean, Jamie sent his back, right? That's not a good sound. That's not a good look. I trust Jamie. I trust him. But I've not seen one. Toman haven't asked me to do anything with one, so, you know, we'll sit back and watch what everyone else does with it. But I think, you know. Ooh, you've got a Dominion 1, Peter Coit. MFB Dominion. I love that synth. Oh, Wagyu! No, I'm not going to let him do that. Why does he love it? I'll have words. Okay. I don't know. Hey, Recon. No, old camera, new. Sorry, I'm looking at the new. Old camera, side camera, angle because my main camera run out of battery in it. So we're there, and I had a little black corner. Nobody wants to be. Don't keep baby in the corner. Jackson's left the building. Tom's nowhere to be seen, so it's just me. Anyway, so Nano's Verg. Oh, Cressy. I tell you what, the MFB stuff is. I mean, I've got the MFB synth over there. Somebody asked for the manual, didn't they? On my video. It's funny, isn't it? You know, people ask for things. Nod your head without any context if you want me to start filtering the silly QQQQs. I don't want you to filter. I want all the silliness. Been watching vintage Batman. QQQ. Yeah, Grace. I live that show. I mean, the stories. Anyway, we won't talk about that now because that would be inappropriate. Inappropriate, out appropriate. There we go. So, that's okay. I think it's better. So, don't shoot the messenger. Wagyu speaks truth. Monogamous synthy. Yeah. Only time in my life. But we're polyamorous, aren't we? Come on. We all are. Polyamorous synth heads. Right. On your head be it so, yes. Right, so the idea, I think, with this beast is that it is a two fingers to Moog. And I mean that in a nice competitive way, not in a B way. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's healthy competition, and I think that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Anyway, so life is strange in it. Do all pandas love big beat, or is it just the Devonian branch of the bamboo tree? Who asks such questions? Right. Oh, Biscuit. Life is strange. Right. So, yes. Yeah. From what I remember, Dave saying in the hotel room he wanted to make the ultimate mono synth. Yeah, absolutely. He did. I might go back and watch that video. I gave him a Fry's chocolate cream as a little gift, and he won the award of the evilest synth, which I thought was quite a good little thing. Anyway, hey Uncle Chrome, the synth you love the synth. When you're not with the synth you love the synth you're with. Yeah, absolutely. So and in a room full of synths, where do you go next? So, you know, putting everything. This is going to be a two-part, isn't it? I think we've done an hour almost. We've barely even heard this, but then we did a little play with it fairly recently. I think that's the kind of whys and wherefores of this synth, and the fact that he's gone. You know, you've got two analog oscillators. You've got a dedicated envelope for the filter and a dedicated amplitude envelope, but you've also got two Not just one. 3 is the magic number. You got 2 auxiliary envelopes. Now I love envelope modulating pitch, envelope modulating stuff. You know, throughout shape, all that kind of stuff. I love the old Rice Fall generator. I love that. I love it. So, and of course, there's got quite a lot of. So on top of that, you know, you've got those things. You've got wavetable synthesis. So there he goes. He goes, okay, well, you can have your 2 oscillators like you get with a sub 37. And then, yeah, I'm going to give you noise. Yeah, I'm going to give you distortion. But I'm going to give you distortion and drive. What should we do with the sequencer? Well, it's got an arpeggiator. Let's give it a sequencer. Let's give it a... Actually, has it got a sequencer? I can't remember if the sub 37's got a sequencer now off the top of my head. Whee! Anyway, and then it's like, well, what else doesn't the... what else? Hang on, can I do this? No. Don't get confused. What else doesn't the sub 37 have? Well, it could do with some effects. Let's put 2 in there. So yeah, it is very much, I think, a kitchen sink approach to monosynth. I want to make the best monosynth. What makes the best monosynth? What else can you put? Filter, effect, frequency modulation. Yes. Is that a question, Biscuit, or are you stating simply that you like to modulate the frequency of the filter with an envelope? I'll repeat that, an envelope. I'll repeat that, an envelope. So, you know, these are the things that we live for, right? So, the best ever monosynth, available from all good retailers. It's still in production, isn't it? I watched. I think it was a live stream that Synth Samurai did, and he was like banging on about not seeing enough content, and I actually thought there must be loads of content about the sub 30. The Pro 3, but there isn't, and I don't know as if the sort of sequential made ones focus right. How is their marketing machine? Is it? I mean, you know, not forget demonstrators and those. You know, what do they do to bring our attention? I mean, you look at Polyend, pretty intense sort of marketing. I like what they do. Stylistic. They know what they're doing. It's very defined. Who's the other? Arturia. They've got their style and they've got it. They don't mess around with marketing. But what does Focusrite, i.e. Novation, Sequential, Oberheim, what do they do? What are they doing? What are they doing? Anyway, so maybe that's what's happening. So I thought, well, owning this, and that's another thing for me getting on the table and sharing, is I don't know really how. I haven't gone deep with this, and I think, you know, it's a straightforward synth with a lot of Did you translate it already? From Bicky, can the FM modulate the filter using an oscillator? Yeah. Can you frequency modulate the filter using an oscillator? Low frequency oscillator, or probably there's a load of so you've got the LFO section here, where, for instance, let's get a remember that? About a year ago, I got this out and I couldn't figure out how to do it in it, and somebody went, "Oh, you do this. Who is that person? And can you step forward again and tell me how to do it?" Because it hasn't stuck. Sub 37 can't do that. Oh, hang on. Is it playing my... Yes. I feel really silly. I feel really silly. Let's try that again. Sorry, it was triggering the Joe Mox. Imagine that, though. I mean, that would have been something. It sounded amazing. Let's do that again. So I mean... Anyway, that's not what the sound's like about. I was just trying to get a... Okay, so we've got a sound. Right, so I think it's going to be a case of... That's very clean, isn't it? So what have we got? So you want to know, can you frequency modulate the filter using an oscillator? So I guess if we use... This is where we know that I haven't read the manual in a while. So let's try just using LFO1, and we'll go destination, and we're going to go... So when you say the filter, do you mean the cutoff? So, I mean, that's a... Or... So because that would be just... That would just be... Let's get on. I think the original. I think again. I've got a funny issue. I've got a funny issue with a funny relationship with filters at the moment. I'm not digging my filters. Audio rate off. So you want to get to an audio. Nick, yes, it does, Blackman. I do apologise. I don't really. It needs to be the filter, doesn't it? So... Slew. It's got slew. How do I change that? Oh, there we go. I'm beginning to think that you can't use the modulation matrix for other things other than the LFO. I'll read the manual, but I feel that the source destination vibe of this is very much LFO. Yeah. So I've got two explanations of what you want to do, Biscuit. Let me play with that later, because like I say, it's on the table. I don't know. I mean, on the modular, yeah, I can just take a patch cable and I can do that. But yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like, can you use the frequency of oscillator 1 to modulate the cutoff to get it to do a pitch, a trackable pitch? Where's Tom? Muttley laugh, yes. Yes, Peter. Alex Ball does do a kind of, I think it's more band pass. It's not tracking, is it? We're getting some nice... I mean... Whilst... I don't know, the filter isn't... It isn't setting my world on fire, but it is allowing me to create the sounds I love. So make of that what you will. This is so... This is the voice of the BBC Radiophonic Workshop. Well, let's do... So 77 advanced states use source button plus oscillator. Ah, I see it. I see it. Modulation. Source destination. So yes. So I don't know what I've got going on here, but I like this. I'd like to hear a wonky Christmas carols in this patch, okay. Now there's an album. Oh my god. Let's do that. Let's do GetJervis Christmas album. Oh yeah, Christmas carols like you've never heard them. Oh my god, with the kind of like I don't know, CR78 kind of drums. Can't do both. Right. I do like... Synth Samurai. Where a baby left her lady. Get Christmas with GetJervis. Available for $9.99 at all leading shops. Buy now to avoid disappointment. For it to sell out at Christmas. The Christmas number, can you imagine? Have a very modular Christmas. Oh my god, I'm doing it. I'm so doing it. I've got to start now though, because it'll take that long to get the album out, wouldn't it? Okay. Right. Challenge Jervis. Right, okay. So what were we going to do? We were going to get... Right, let's get that sound... I might just go back and forward. 1979. An obscure body in the Askia system. That's just... left the planet Earth in search of new lands. A voyage that would lead into the unknown. The dark psyche of the human mind. So I accidentally pressed camera 1, which of course is dead. Camera 1 is dead. That's a lush sound. So it's got some good... Right, let's go back to that. So, what you're saying is source, destination. Is that right? Oh, hang on. I'm going to have to read the manual and play with it a bit without an audience. Oh gosh, it's solstice this weekend, Out here the old gods reign. It is time to keep your appointment with the Wicker Man. I'll be doing that. I'll be burning a goat in the garden. Or the neighbour's cat, because I found him in the house. This is the cat that's been threatening Jackson and Tom. And actually, Jackson's surprised me. He's been out there and he's been like, get off my lanes. Get off my lanes. Oh, you come closer and I'll have you. He's got a bit of a Ray Winston in him. All right, son. All right, you come in our house. I'll have you. Sequential solstice. I might do that. You hold the source destination source. Right, okay. You hold the source destination buttons. Oh, hold. Do you mean hold? There's a hold button. Or just holding it. So source LFO and destination filter. Yeah, I just did that and we got that nice sound. It's a wonderful Jervis. Thanks, electronic music composer. Once in Royal David Synthy. Ooh, I like that one. Once in Royal David Synthy A. Played on the plugin, the Arturia plugin, because I haven't got I could borrow one. Anyway, so but what's this business? What's this modulation? So hold. I've lost the thing now. Hold source buttons, I think, while twiddling the yeah, that's what I thought. So modulation 6 is oscillator 1, and then destination cutoff. Yeah, that's worked. But then amount. Albedo 4.39. Sunrise on Saturday synth solstice. Oh, now I tell you what, it was so nice, I nearly streamed tonight from the garden with the other kit, because I need to test that again, and I don't know if the iPad's going to be strong enough, and I don't know what mobile signal's going to be like wherever I go, but... Right. So you almost need to modulate the pitch 1, so... Hey, Zozilla. Yeah, you did miss the start. We're kind of like coming to the end, really. I'm kind of pushing my boundaries to an hour and a half, but I think I don't think I can hear that doing anything with the filter. But I think maybe... Yeah, 70s trim phone, yeah. Oh, the Herald Angel synth. Keith, this is gold. It's going to happen. I mean, if we can do, if Best of the Moog, sorry. No, the albums are called Best of the Moog, weren't they? Because nobody could pronounce Moog correctly, so everyone called them Best of the Moog. And I've got a Best of the Moog album from 1973 or thereabouts, and it's got some silly songs like Little Spanish Flea and all sorts of stuff that you just wouldn't want to. But it's presented in such a random way. I think we need a slightly darker Christmas, because Christmas time, I want to get in the Christmas spirit, but I do not want. Are we losing? Oh, What's the signal? Are we losing the? I keep seeing a refresh. Is this such a crap internet? This is supposed to be 600 megabytes upload and download. I've never broken much past 500, and it just doesn't stream very well, so I've quit this at the end of the month. My contract's up, so I don't know who to go with, but this is not good enough, is it? When you think you're paying good money. Anyway, grrr, give me something solid, damn you. Upload. only needs to be 50 megabits, of upload, but it needs to be consistent, and it's not. Obviously, I've been getting spinning things. Right. Oh, okay. So good internet. It's just in my end. The beginning of this, which is why I was 5 minutes late, it was telling me that it was not, which is kind of really frustrating. It's like, come on. Everyone called it MOOG back in the day. That's right. Dark side of the MOOG. Yeah, that's it. What's that? I've got a dead key. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Who's going to use E flat anyway? Oh, for goodness sake. Where's the button that makes us... See what I mean? It just... Who's Cyril? Hey, Tanith. No, that's right. Ignorance isn't bliss. It's MOOG to rhyme with rogue. He even called it that because it was a MOOG rogue. And it was a Moogaphoga. Deliberate. Meaning, you know, not a Moogafuga. But I think that was a two fingers to don't pronounce my name wrong. But then I did see him actually saying that it's pronounced differently in Germany, where the family's origins, part of its family origins are MOOG. It's a completely different sounding sort of variant. But he called himself MOOG. It's his name. So we owe it to him and his legacy. With us here, because of him, this MOOG synthesizer. But we've got Dave's on the table, and we would like a bit of Dave as well. Dave Smith. Can't pronounce his name wrong. Well, he wasn't fond of it, which is why he was happy to get Sequential back just before his untimely passing. Anyway, it's a bit like Van Gogh. Gogh. Yeah. Although, have I said that wrong? Probably. A lot of things get mispronounced. My name is mispronounced all the time. Everyone calls me... Well, this is good because most of you know me as GetJervis, so you know it's Jervis, right? Because I keep saying it's Jervis. But most people look at my name and go, Jarvis? No, it's an E. E, not an A. Anyway, so, you know, it's one of those things. I don't know. Tanith, well done. Right, so, Stevie Elbows. It would all have been different if one of the fathers of this was called Bill Flem. Here we are with the Bill Flem modular. Everybody wants a Flem synthesizer. That's a good thing. Anyway. Yeah, Azio Head, you're absolutely... It's the name of a person. Basic respect is to pronounce it correctly. I don't see why people should have an issue. No, I'm 100% with you. And I guess from my life's point of view, where my name, and if my dad's watching this afterwards, he will be like, yes, son, you tell them. You tell them. And Dad, more people get the name right than wrong now. But there are just occasions where someone who's known me for a few years still says Jervis. Yeah, that's my name. Get it right. So absolutely, respect is due to the individual who, when they introduce you, if you met Bob Moog and he said, hi, I'm Bob Moog, you wouldn't then immediately turn and say, hello, Mr. Moog. You wouldn't do that. It would be absolutely rude beyond. So, yeah. So, it's the MOOG synthesizer. Right. Ooh, I tell you what. There we go. So, that's a horrible sound. We've created a really... Jason Jerson. Jarvis Jerson. Well, I did think at one point, because we've got Jarvis Cocker, that I'd be Cocky Jervis. There's a tribute band there. I do like Pulp, and they had a nice organ, didn't they? So, I mean, the beauty of this thing, let's just get rid of all this ridiculous modulation. Where's that coming from? Peter Coit, the Moog machine, Christmas Becomes Electric, was released in 1969. Yeah, it's got to be. We all celebrate Christmas. We all want to get in the spirit. So, I mean, you know, let's have a very modular Christmas. Let's do it. Ricky Gervais, who's that? Do you know what's really funny, Uncle Chrome? As you're the other side of the Atlantic, did you watch the Scorsese series Vinyl at all? Because the protagonist in that is called Jackie Jervis, right? And when you saw his name spelled, this blew my mind. It was Jackie Jarvis, but everybody pronounced his name Jervis. And it blew my mind to think that this was a global issue, a global problem, but that the shoe was on the other foot across the Atlantic. So does that mean that ich bin American? Anyway, let's do this. Ricky has a cheese named after him. Has he? MOOG. So I've got a winter solstice jam on this channel, which I did in 2019 or 18, where I wear a white suit and it's every single bit of kit all plugged in and working. I'm nearly there again. We are at that point, so perhaps that would be the thing to do. But I would like to probably go live in the garden using my mobile kit. Oh my God, this is going to be ridiculous. Who's going to be, apart from people across the water, who's going to be up for sunrise on Saturday morning? Come on. I'm going to do it. I don't care who watches. I'm going to do it. All right, that'll be the next stream. Oh my goodness. Cressy, set an alarm. We'll do it. 4 a.m. we'll wake up. We'll basically jam through sunrise. I'll get the kids up and everything. Not by choice. I'll be up for a wee, Panda says. Or even a... So where's all this modulation coming from? It's a waste of time, Magoo. What's that? Well, I might not have gone to bed yet. Right. There's always cake, Keith. I'm going to be baking tomorrow. I've got some carrot cake, but I've got some courgettes, so I'm going to do some courgette cake. There'll be, you know, so there's definitely going to be cake. And plenty for everybody, as always. Only if there is a fire. Okay, biscuit, I'll make a fire. I'll go to bed afterwards. I'll be up. There's a pagan ritual on the beach here. Oh, no. See, that's what we need here. I mean, I'm close to Glastonbury and I've got friends near Stonehenge. I did think maybe we can go over there, but Gabe's invited himself to parties. So, right. Okay, we've done an hour and a half at 5 minutes. So, I'm going to sort of thank you. I'm going to do this. I'll play out with some sounds, but I think we'll come back to this. I'll spend some time with it, and we'll come back and we'll do a little session. We'll create a nice sound with it. Not that we haven't created a nice sound. This isn't a nice sound. I trust the sight of the young girls refreshes you, Sergeant. I think Wagoo needs to say that. Much too dangerous to do with their clothes on. The fire will burn them. My favourite film, I think, pretty much. I need to get the 4K rendition of that movie because I've only got DVD copy, so I didn't even get a Blu-ray. So what now? What are we saying now? Sunrise in the UK on Saturday, the 21st, is 4:40 a.m. Yes, the Wookiee. That, you know, it's still, that's 11 p.m. on the East Coast in America, so it's easily like someone's going to be up. Gaz hates me for robbing his slot. Yeah, he's told me. I had a conversation with Gaz. Let's get this straight out there. I said I need to change the day because it doesn't fit my working week. He doesn't have the same working week that I have worked to a day job, right? And I have kids. So, and he said, yeah, fine. I'm doing later anyway. So he said 10 o'clock was his slot. So, yeah. But he doesn't remember that. He doesn't remember that conversation at all. Anyway, I'm looking at the wrong camera. There's the camera I'm looking at. But I've known Gaz, 38 years. So, you know, we've been through worse scrapes than stealing a slot. Time is owned by no one. So, he has a flaky memory. He doesn't have a memory at all. He's like a Dragon 32. He's got a 32 kilobyte. I've got an elephantine memory. Ridiculous. I can remember arguments from. I'm the worst person to get in a relationship with, and to, you know, I'm that person that remembers the word for word what you said 2 years ago. You know. Anyway. Is he still walking after you robbed his slot now? Guys are going to do Tuesdays. He's going to rob my slot. And what will happen is, right, because he doesn't, I mean, I've been doing this now regularly for, you know, for over a year. He stopped doing his stream regularly. I want to see him doing it regularly. And he just doesn't. And he needs to stick to exactly the same time, exactly the same day. So if he does Tuesday, hooray, I'll be so happy. Oh, he did he? Well, that's what I said. I mean, it makes no odds to him what day he does. He liked Wednesday because it was the after show party, which he can still do now. I've just like set the scene for him, right? I mean, you've all come here, you go straight to him. It's no biggie. I've got to work. I've got to be up at early o'clock, and I work from home on a Thursday, so it makes sense that I can do this, pack and relax, and I get an extra bit of time in bed tomorrow morning. Otherwise, when I was doing it on Tuesday, it wasn't enough time for me to pack down, tidy the studio on Monday and set up for Wednesday. Whereas now I can tidy the studio and set up and then do the stream. So for me, it's, you know, I don't have the luxury of being able to do stuff at home on a Monday and Tuesday. Just simply don't. So, you know, that's why I changed the day to a Wednesday. I do want a third night though. I'm thinking I need to do some interviews. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Sorry. So I don't know when I'm going to fit that in. There we go. But anyway, Solstice. I'm going to do it. We're going to do a jam, a live Solstice jam. I'm going to take the modular out in the garden, and we're going to do it in nature, and we're going to watch the sunrise. It's going to be absolutely freaking beautiful. So yeah, join me at 4 a.m. for some magic, and I will be. The fire pit will be going. Do Tuesday. Yeah, at Cressy. Yeah. I think, Peter, it makes sense to him because he prefers the late. He said he preferred the later slot. He is the chaos god of synth world. Yeah, he is. Although I've been called that early days for me with this stream. Probes, I will be wearing my robes. So that's what we're going to do. So thank you for joining us tonight. As always, be good to yourselves and each other and question everything. Is that a cat? Oh, Tom! Disappointed. Shroomy, where's Tom? Where is Tom? Anyway, so thank you very much for your company this evening and for me whittering on about my experiences with the God himself, Dave Smith, and his gift to us with this fantastic synth. We've played around a little bit. I'm going to do a bit more in depth with this and spend some time so that I can then do a bit more of a tear down. I might even do an actual content video, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do a few shorts on each section of this and one great big video. I don't know. It makes sense to do that, I think, these days. So, yeah, like I said, be good to yourselves and each other. Rest when you need to. Don't put the pressure on. Stop. Look at yourself. Look at the world. There we go. Here we go. Come on. Tom's trying to get in. Okay, okay. Here it is. Tom. Thomas. Come on. Oh no, it's air conditioning. Look. Oh my goodness, I've just turned it off. It is very loud. I hope it wasn't noticeable, or too noticeable. Ow! That was my... Do you know the great thing about these headphones is they're metal? I just pinched my finger, look. Ow! Oh, you can't see it because I'm in the really... It's there. I don't know why I'm putting my headphones on. Come on. People want to see you because it's not the same without you. There he is. There he is. Thomas is in the house, everybody. Look at that. Let's get a bit of focus on him. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's the focus on the Pro 3. Here we have Thomas Jervis, the synth cat extraordinaire, in his natural habitat, eating catnip because it's his. He's such a fan. Oh, here comes Jackson. Right. Yeah. So take breaks. Question everything. Watch what you eat. Question what you eat. Question what you put in your skin. I heard something recently which is quite right. Our skin is an organ, right? It's one of our organs. So don't put anything on your skin you wouldn't put in your mouth. And this time of year, prefer the shade to sunscreen. Right. Right. Yes, thank you, Aaron Paris. Yes. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I've just unplugged myself, so I can't. Oh, geez, this is just ridiculous. All right, guys, I'm going to just play out with a bit of eat everything, break what you question. Oh. I'll tell you what, if any of you are going to go to Bristronica, I'll bring cakes. Bring a massive Tupperware of biscuits so we can share. They won't be vegan. Or maybe they will. Maybe I'll do vegan as well. Yes, I will. Crikey, everyone gets something. A badge and a cake. That's a long way off. In the meantime, see you at Solstice. Let's do some drone stuff. Let's do that. Okay. Ooh, zoning out. Why can I not hear that?